How's everybody doing?
Oh,
Woo! Give it up for JR. Nice slideshow, right? That took a lot of effort.
show and tell.
Put it back in the Hot Topic bag, right? So this is my first time at Josephine's. I hope that's what it's called, right? Yeah, that'd be pretty messed up if I said the wrong fucking name, right? So I'm divorced, you know. Give it up, yeah. Happily divorced. Okay. While I was married, though, she did use she used head as a currency. It was a little hard, you know, because she said if I suck your dick all the time, you wouldn't enjoy it. I wouldn't enjoy it. It's head. I mean, come on, you know. She goes, okay, fine, I'll suck your dick, but you gotta rub my feet. So, like any guy here, they're rubbing feet, right? So, anytime I, got head, it was my hands smelled like feet. So it's like, in middle school, you're like, smell my finger, right? It smells like feet till I got head. You know where I was doing, So, now I'm into foot porn. It's great. Thank you. Anybody else? Yeah. So they tell you to look at the crowd whenever you're nervous and pretend everyone's not wearing clothes, but I'm just looking at everybody and pretending they're not wearing shoes. So I'm on Tinder now because I'm divorced. So that's a nice app to utilize. I was talking to this girl we matched. I said, so are you a good girl? She goes, no. I go, so are you a bad girl? She goes, I'm a little bit of both. So like a gentleman, I was like, you want some piss in your mouth or what? She deletes me right away. Good for her. Would have been a little fucked up. She's like, yeah, I do. Piss in my mouth. When is this happening? But no, if she had a little bit of a sense of humor, maybe this would have been a story we'd tell the grandkids. Like, how was Grandma when we first, when you guys first met? I'm like, oh, she's great. She had a great sense of humor. She always brought her own tarp. It was amazing. Good times with Grandma. So I was raised religious. Anybody raised religious? Cool. 3 of you. It's going to be really uncomfortable for you guys. So how did Jesus Christ get his name? You guys ever thought of that? How did we land on Jesus? Yeah. Maybe his mom stubbed her toe? Or maybe it was his dad. Found out he knocked up his side bitch. Jesus fucking Christ, whatever, we'll just abort it 33 years later. Ooh. So I work in construction, and I have a foreman, and he, anytime he tells a story, he always sounds drunk, ever, I think he thinks it enhances the story. He's like, oh, dude, you gotta go to Mexico. Fuck Honduras, you gotta go to Mexico. I'm like, yeah, man, I've always wanted to go to Cancun. He goes, no, fuck that, dude. You gotta pay a guy like $100 to show you real Mexico. Fucking take you outside. He goes, I'm like, okay, I'm listening. I have no idea where this story's gonna go. You're my boss, I have to be here. So he's like, dude, they fucking give you a gun and you get to fucking shoot a girl for $20 in the fucking face. Cool, I've always wanted to do that, but I'm gonna keep listening. He goes, cows are only 30. I'm like, oh, cool, yeah. He sees I'm checking out of the story, so to regain my interest, he's like, yeah, but then took us to this armored, motel with a bunch of guys with fucking machine guns and shit. And then they started lining the girls out, So I was like, okay, so it's like a fucking armored strip club whorehouse. Cool. He goes, yeah. Fucking girl was like fucking not even 15. I was like, whoa, I can't get on board with that. Like, that's kind of weird. He goes, yo, dude, she was tight as fuck. I'm like, you fucked her? What the hell are you doing? It's legal there, man. It's a quinceañeras. I'm like, no, dude. No. Like, culture shock, bro. No. So it's beach season. Anybody ready for beach season? It's coming up. Anybody? Yeah. Me, never. It's t-shirt season. But every time before I go in the pool, I always make sure there's one guy with a shirt, so that at least in the wet t-shirt contest, I get second. I don't want want to go out there getting first with my bitch tits, you know, like, what's up, baby? You know? So, time? We doing time tonight? Fuck it. Just be funny. This is
10, I'll stop.
10? All right. What do we got? Amputee porn, right? There's always something missing, am I right? So whenever I say to my buddies, I'm like, hey man, yeah, let's just go back to my house, fuck it, They're like, don't you mean your apartment? There's always like that one douchebag. It's like, you know what? You're right. I did mean my apartment. Ever since the divorce, I had a really hard time committing to anything, financially or long term. So thanks for reminding me about all my emotional stress that I've had, for everything. Fuck you, It's like my house, dude. I'm just gonna say words, There's just words. But there are words that kind of like, irk me. For the remote control, does anybody call it the clicker? Anyone? Clicker? I feel like people who called it clicker had like a really stable family life. Parents are still together, and the dad's like, hey son, have you seen the clicker? It's like, yeah, Dad, right here. Oh, I'm gonna feed you tonight and not hit you. It's like, yeah, you know what? I wish that family's dog died. Like just one bad thing happened to him. But like not like it gets hit with an ice cream truck and just ruins the kid's whole future. Just dog AIDS, Just give the dog AIDS and I'll be cool with that, Be at the dog's funeral and be like, dude man, that sucks. Dogs die. And it's called a remote. That's my time.
Yeah.
See you later.
Man, that is fucking a flashback. I remember Warped Tour, all right.